The truth cuts like the sharpest knife I've ever known. You must let suffering speak if you want to hear the truth. No man ever threw away life while it was worth keeping. Regret is mostly caused by not having done anything. Where there are bees, there are flowers, and wherever there are flowers, there is new life and hope. Every violation of truth is not only a sort of suicide in the liar, but is a stab at the health of human society. No amount of regretting can change the past, and no amount of worrying can change the future. Anything that smiles often needs to be reminded that the world is a cruel, dark place. I seem to have run in a great circle and met myself again on the starting line. Real magic can never be made by offering someone else's liver. You must tear out your own and not expect to get it back. When a person can't find a deep sense of meaning, they distract themselves with pleasure. You cannot change your future. You can change your habits, and surely your habits will change your future. We're here to be family to one another, to exist for the sake of others, even as others exist for our sake. If we admit that human life can be ruled by reason, then all possibility of life is destroyed. But better to get hurt by the truth than comforted with a lie. There are two primary choices in life: to accept conditions as they exist, or accept the responsibility for changing them. My feet are shaking, but I'll do whatever it takes to take a step forward. Kakanakan Yangabadi Turltak Pada Kilokan Adab Dan Katinjian Ilmasizi Arang. You can Turltak Pada Wajah Dan Pakayanya. What is called a reason for living is also an excellent reason for dying. And that's when I realized the thing about the truth. It always comes out, no matter what you do. You must do the things you think you cannot do. Decide what you want to be, pay the price, and be what you want to be. Always have a willing hand to help someone. You might be the only one that does. It's not whether your glass is empty or full, it's what you do with it that really matters. Your past doesn't determine your future. What matters is what you're going to do with those past experiences to start moving forward. Even the smallest changes in our daily routine can create incredible ripple effects that expand our vision of what is possible. He who speaks without modesty will find it difficult to make his words good. This was not a fairy tale. This was not the movies. This was life. It hurt more. It was excruciating. It was excruciatingly beautiful. Three things cannot hide for long: the moon, the sun, and the truth. Sometimes you just have to jump out the window and grow wings on the way down. Who we are in the present includes who we were in the past. Never let your sense of morals prevent you from doing what is right. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one. There are few reasons for telling the truth, but for lying the number is infinite. That's the thing about life. A lot of the time, it isn't easy at all. We just have to try to make the best of it. I have never seen or heard of such a fish, but I must kill him. I am glad we do not have to try to kill the stars. You don't have to choose between being scientific and being compassionate. Weekends don't count unless you spend them doing something completely pointless. You may tend to get cancer from the thing that makes you want to smoke so much, not from the smoking itself. A man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. It is a very natural human trait to destroy that which frightens us. A wise man always has something to say, whereas a fool always needs to say something. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you odd. A man is a success if he gets up in the morning and gets to bed at night, and in between he does what he wants to do. The truth always carries the ambiguity of the words used to express it. Anything that doesn't take years of your life and drive you to suicide hardly seems worth doing. Nothing forces us to know what we do not want to know except pain. We can regard our life as a uselessly disturbing episode in the blissful repose of nothingness. Tell them a lie big enough, they'll worship you as a sage. Tell them a truth big enough, and they'll mock you. People know what they do. Frequently they know why they do what they do, but what they don't know is what they do does. In one drop of water are found all the secrets of all the oceans. In one aspect of you are found all the aspects of existence. Just because people run after you doesn't mean they can't stay away from you. Don't take anyone for granted. When we embrace who we are, the world embraces us right back. Every man has his secret sorrows which the world knows not, and oftentimes we call a man cold when he is only sad. Selala bersaya dalam segala bahkan ketika menemukan hal kesal untuk aku sakuri. Youth cannot know how age thinks and feels, but old men are guilty if they forget what it was to be young. This work was strictly voluntary, but any animal who absented himself from it would have his rations reduced by half. All great things must first wear terrifying and monstrous masks in order to inscribe themselves on the hearts of humanity. I wonder how many people don't get the one they want, but end up with the one they're supposed to be with. The soul should always stand ajar, ready to welcome the ecstatic experience. Imagining something is better than remembering something. Most people think happiness is about gaining something, but it's not. It's all about getting rid of the darkness you accumulate. Finding the lesson behind every adversity will be the one important thing that helps get you through it. Expect everything, I always say, and the unexpected never happens. The real question of life after death isn't whether or not it exists, but even if it does, what problem this really solves. Mr. Franz, I think careers are a 20th century invention, and I don't want one. When the actions becomes frequent than the words, success becomes heavier than the dreams. Do more, say less. I will no longer mutilate and destroy myself in order to find a secret behind the ruins. Forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza. Whether you think you're right or you think you're wrong, you're right. If you think in pictures, right? If you think in words, paint. A man's true wealth is the good he does in the world. The results of knowledge without application results in nothing at all. Do what you know better to do. In order to make a precise decision, keep a steady spiritual connection. Fear not the path of truth for the lack of people walking on it. Life is nothing without a little chaos to make it interesting. Whoever is for you will always be with you. However, not everyone who is with you is for you. Unexpected intrusions of beauty. This is what life is. If something is important, it deserves to be experienced deeply. When you take risks, you learn that there will be times when you succeed and there will be times when you fail, and both are equally important. Hello, read and buy this book is always ready to contribute a great impact in your life. Well, I must endure the presence of a few caterpillars if I wish to become acquainted with the butterflies. Good authors worry about genres, great authors don't. Don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. To see a world in a grain of sand and a heaven in a wild flower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. What saves a man is to take a step, then another step. The past is a place of reference, not a place of residence. The past is a place of learning, not a place of living. When the going gets tough, put one foot in front of the other and just keep going. Don't give up. You can't strangle stress to death. You can try, but all that effort only increases its ferocity until it shatters your ability to contain it. The stronger a culture, the less it fears the radical fringe. The more paranoid and precarious a culture, the less tolerance it offers. Realize deeply that the present moment is all you will ever have. You might have had to deal with many disappointments in life, but don't doubt the possibility of success. Having perfected our disguise, we spend our lives searching for someone we don't fool. Kindness is a language which the deaf can hear and the blind can see. Too many people spend money they haven't earned to buy things they don't want, to impress people that they don't like. I don't fancy colors of the face. I'm always attracted to colors of the brain. I don't like people around me sad. I like making people happy. You're thinking about something, and it makes you forget to talk. Stop doing what is easy. Start doing what is right. Don't take life too seriously. Punch it in the face when it needs a good hit. Laugh at it.